Everyone, please steal this video and upload it to your channel. This is breaking news that needs to be seen in all households. Get others to steal this video and upload it to their channels as well.
Grandma.
Young, old, male, female, whoever. Please steal this video. By the way, this video is also copyright protected through the Digital Millennium Copyright Act and is not illegal. It is completely legal.
This is what happened in Nevada.
Chuck, what happened, man? What happened in Nevada? They got 3% of the precincts in right now, and a big win for Mitt, or much ado about nothing.
Well, I think it's a combination of both. I mean, obviously.
Here's the vote with 3% of the precincts reporting. Now here's a comparison of 3% of the precincts reporting versus 100% of the precincts reporting. Do you notice the difference? Somehow Rick Santorum lost 2,594 votes once 100% of the precincts were reporting. This is what happened in Maine.
I've been waiting so long to hear the truth.
Speaking of trying to get to the truth on something, a lot of your folks feel that the Maine caucuses were stolen from you, that you would have had it won, but that the Romney campaign conspired with the Maine state GOP to suppress your vote.
There's just a lot of suspicion. Last go-around in 2008, the only county that I won handedly was this Washington County up in the far north.
Right.
It's just sort of ironic. It does raise questions why on the morning of the vote it was canceled.
The headlines this weekend. What the headlines haven't told you was there rampant voter fraud in Maine.
What happened there over the weekend does more than just raise eyebrows. It is enough to make you question, was the caucus fixed? Saturday night, February 11th, the head of the Maine GOP, Charlie Webster, announced that Governor Mitt Romney won the Maine caucus by a slim margin. Official totals, Romney barely won the caucus by less than 200 votes. The only problem, the governor was declared the winner with only 84% of precincts counted. Two counties, Washington County and Hancock County, had not held their caucuses. In Washington County, though, the state canceled the caucus. Now, the problem here, Mr. Webster says even when those caucuses are held this Saturday, the votes won't count.
February 11th, that was election day. Our rules said this is when you're going to have to vote by this date. You know, if you're out of town that day, you don't get your vote counted.
You heard right. The head of the GOP in Maine saying that the caucuses will be held this weekend, and even though party officials were the ones who canceled the caucus in Washington County, they will not count the votes of those who turn out because they missed the February 11th deadline. And if the party decides to count those votes, well, they won't make that decision until the second week of March, after Super Tuesday. Well, that alone has caused a huge blow-up across Maine. Our votes in Washington County must count as much as votes cast anywhere else, end quote. And Mr. Webster says it doesn't matter if the votes are counted, but if you want to disregard the straw poll, don't hold one in the first place. But aside from the state GOP not wanting to include Washington County, there is another major issue from these Maine caucuses. Even though Governor Romney was already declared the winner, the numbers that the state GOP in Maine are reporting are, according to caucus chairman, incorrect. Take, for instance, Waldo County, where voters from 18 towns gathered for municipal caucuses in a countywide event. A total of 138 votes were cast. In the official Maine GOP tallies, however, the results from all but one of those communities, all but one, were given as a series of zeros below the name of each candidate, meaning the official tally shows that no one voted. The town of Belfast was one of 10 towns that held a joint caucus on the same day. That caucus was held on February 4th. I talked with Matt McDonald, a pastor of a small community church in Belfast. He was nominated as the chairman of the Belfast caucus. He says 22 people showed up and they caucused on the 4th. McDonald also says that the state instructed the chairman of the caucuses to not read any of the votes aloud, and instead to send them directly to Augusta. As his first order of business, McDonald made a motion to have the votes read aloud at the caucus, and it passed unanimously. At the end of the caucus,
we caucused, and the vote was 8 for Ron Paul, 7 for Rick Santorum, 5 for Mitt Romney, and there were 2 undecided. We recorded this publicly, we counted it publicly.
So public that McDonald tweeted the results on the night of the 4th. Take a look. But on Monday of this week, hearing all the controversy surrounding the announcement of Governor Romney as the winner, McDonald checked the state party's website and saw that no results had been posted from the Belfast caucus.
The lady on the line said that she had received our tallies, our votes, but hadn't recorded them online yet, and she said Romney with 9, Rick Santorum with 5, Ron Paul with 2. Well, of course, those were not the right numbers, and I told her, I'm sorry, ma'am, those aren't the right numbers. And she said, well, those are the numbers we have. And I said, well, there are 22 Republicans down here in Belfast who would tell you different because we counted our votes publicly. In light of that, her voice kind of changed, and she said, thank you very much, and we ended the conversation.
Dozens of towns on the GOP site are listed as if no one voted, including in Waterville, Maine, home to 15,000 people. As Maine goes, indicates that Congressman Ron Paul may have already won over Governor Romney by 10 votes. Can you say Iowa 2.0? And that is what you need to know. Or is it blatant fraud? Well, you can make up your own mind on that. But here is what is crystal clear. Unless the leadership in Maine publicly counts votes and ensures that every voter is heard, the leadership may win the battle of keeping Governor Romney from having lost 4 contests in a row, but may lose the war of galvanizing that vote in the general election come November.
Everyone, please steal this video and upload it to your channel. This is breaking news that needs to be seen in all households. Get others to steal this video and upload it to their channels as well.
Grandma.
Young, old, male, female, whoever. Please steal this video. By the way, this video is also copyright protected through the Digital Millennium Copyright Act and is not illegal. It is completely legal. And together we can reach millions. Help make a difference with a mouse click. And make good use of your freedom. For Ron Paul 2012.